it's your girl ManicMeeks, and I think I might combine the two things that I made. I made an immediate reaction, like just like a wrap up at the time because I was awake and I was up and I was like live, and it was for Game of Thrones season 8 episode 3, The Long Night. I did that earlier. You'll see it with the hair all wrapped up, and I felt like coming back to it today after I've calmed down a bit, and I wanted to try to further discuss some of my favoriteest moments in the episode. I don't even know if I can rank them appropriately, so I'm just gonna talk about them as they come to my head. So if you're enjoying anything I have on my channel, go ahead and subscribe. I'm here, you're here, let's be here together. Game of Thrones, my god, that episode. I didn't even properly cry for the characters until I watched it a second and a third time. That's how anxious I was at the whole thing. I missed every single emotional cue there was to cue because I couldn't even cry. I was too busy like, bitch, what's happening? But yeah, let's see. I don't know if I should go through like the episode or just what comes to my head. I don't know. 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 Well, first of all, let me just get a lot of things off my chest. People have been complaining. Well, not a lot of people, but there's some people like me. I think the Night King's ending was exactly what it needed to be. I thought the years of buildup and the realization that it's now or never. Like, if you don't do it now, then you can't stop him at any other point ever, period. And I'm glad they ended it when they did, because they need to kill Cersei and they need to figure out what the fuck to do with this bitch, because this bitch don't care. This bitch don't care. She don't give a shit. So she's got to die. But I like the ending. I like the twist at the end. I did not expect it at all. I completely forgot that Arya was there doing something. I forgot. I didn't know what the fuck she was doing. I know that the Red Woman said something to her and that she was thinking and contemplating, and she ran off, and I was like, where'd she go? What's she doing? Didn't even think about her again for the rest of the episode. But yeah, I like the ending for the Night King. I like the Night King's ending. And I also am really irritated at people who are coming down on Dany and Sam. Number one, Sam told you from the beginning, he's not a fighter. Okay, he's not a fighter. So the fact that he was willing to go out there anyways, I mean, that points to him. He realized how serious the situation was, and he wanted to help in any way he could. But after that first fuck up, sir, I'm gonna need you to get the hell out of the way. People are like, he just left Ed there and died, and nobody, he didn't go back, he was not fighting. Sam is not a fighter. He stayed true to his character from the beginning to the end. Jon had to save his ass in the beginning. Jon couldn't save his ass right now because he was busy. He was busy. He had to learn to fend for himself, and he did. He did. Okay, it didn't cost, it cost some people. But eventually you got to learn to do what you got to do. You got to learn to stand up, and that was him learning because he is not a fantastic fighter. And during some of the press runs for not just this particular episode, but for the season when it started, Bradley had mentioned that he had weapons and stuff, and he was like using them and trying to swing and trying to do this and trying to do that. But the director had told him, like, hey, I know you want to be like a boss with that sword or a boss with that knife or something, but you're Sam. You are Samwell Tarly. Tarly doesn't fight, so you can't look good holding a weapon. You can't look competent holding a weapon. Staying true to character. Duh. And people were like, Dany broke the line and she messed up the plan. The plan was fucking stupid. It was the stupidest battle plan I've ever heard in my entire life. You have air support. No. Sacrifice everybody on the ground until they get to halfway through your troops and then light the fire and then no. You let them come in too far. They came in way too far. Hold on, let me get it. Because I have it queued up here. I wasn't going to run it because I was like watching it. Because I'm, you know me. Hold on, let me make sure the mute. No, mute. Thank you. Now let me get it right. Let me get the timing right so you can see why this plan was fucked up from the beginning. And people were like, Dany should have listened to Jon. No. They needed a better plan. You don't use air support like this. You don't use it like this. It's wrong. This shit right here. This is the stupidest use of cavalry. Why would you send your cavalry out into the damn darkness? The first thing they should have done was have the cavalry with their swords lit up and just fly down a little bit and see what was there and then light that shit up. The cavalry should not have been sacrificed in this manner. It is disrespectful to the Dothraki. It is disrespectful to Khal Drogo. It is disrespectful to Jason Momoa. It is disrespectful to anyone who is brown. It is disrespectful. This right here is disrespectful. Them waiting right here is wrong because she is sacrificing all these people. They should have been throwing the trebuchets like nobody's business. They should have been flinging these bitch. That should have been the first line of defense. They should have started throwing those immediately to see where the troops are, and then both of them on the dragons should have strafed and just like back and forth a few times, and then set that ass down so you can see what else is coming. Why would you send your cavalry out there? And these are the heavy hitters that you had. Come on. It was just rude. It was rude and it was disrespectful, and they wasted so many lives, and it was ridiculous. Like all of this, like they didn't know what was coming. Look at the wall they hit. Look at the wall they hit. Look at this shit. Look at the wall they hit. Like, my God. That could have been done way better. You see where they are. You could have even, like, hit the fire right behind or right in front of them to save some of their lives. Now, all of these people had the potential to be added to the army, which they were later. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Why, at that moment that the lights went out, that they didn't just go ahead and use the dragons to at least try and trim down the amount of people coming towards them. And then the second line of defense, I believe, was the Unsullied. So now you got all these people coming on the Unsullied, and then after the Unsullied are the people of Winterfell. Jon's people were in the fucking back, my guy. The wildlings and the citizens of the north were in the back. Dany sacrificed all her troops for a stupid plan that should have been better executed. I'm not quite sure why Jon didn't think about that. He fought the Night King, I think, twice before? Did he fight him twice before? I know Hardhome, but I feel like there was another battle. I can't remember. I want to say there's another battle. But this right here should have never happened. This right here should have never happened. They should have strafed the field, thin it down so that the next line of people, or was it it was like it was Winterfell people and the wildlings, and then it was the Unsullied. I can't tell. I need to look at the formation again. But I'm like, come on. Exactly. Her face, this shit right here, wait for the plan. Jon knew the Night King brings the storm. Why the fuck are you waiting for the Night King to come in front of your face with the storm to launch your dragons in the air? What? Bitch, he's flying too, but he can see in the storm. His dragon doesn't need to see. Your dragons are living and breathing. The people on top of them are living and breathing, and they need to see. And they couldn't seize in the storm that you knew the Night King was bringing because you fought him at Hardhome, and he brought the storm at Hardhome. Come on, Jon. I was so irritated. I was so irritated with that. That was irritation. Irritation number 2. Oh my gosh. Y'all, I know it's dark, but seriously, y'all. Look at the Unsullied going through Dany's troops. My gosh. I feel bad for Dany because she just came over here to try and get her throne back. She wasn't expecting all of this. And like a good person that she is, she realizes maybe 2 or 3 things. The first thing is, even if she wanted to rule King's Landing, this would be her problem. You know what I mean? The dead coming down would eventually be her problem. Number 2, she realizes, look at him looking at the dragons like, bitch. Number 2, she realizes that in order to rule in a place, people don't have to like you, but they kind of need to respect you and respect your authority. And these people don't know you, so what better way than to work together to try and forge a bond? I think in the next episode, we're going to see how this all worked. And Sansa's ass, like, bitch, do you see now, bitch? Her mouth almighty. I was sick of her mouth from the very beginning. I love Sophie Turner. She's one of my favorite. Especially after the hopping into that pussy moment. But this is the type of shit we was talking about. This the type of shit we was talking about. Right cheer. The fact that she wanted to be like, oh, what's going to happen with Winterfell? And she's giving Dany all this sass and attitude. She is not out there in the thick of it. Her ass was hiding in the crypt with the only weapon. And she didn't do shit in the crypt with the only weapon. Like, bitch, you was talking all that. You was running your mouth. You were mouth running about the war and about what my title is or how we need to be by ourselves because we're the North. And your bitch ass is actually in charge of Winterfell and didn't do shit for your people except for hide and listen to them get eaten. You did that to your people. Arya saved the ass. She saved all of the asses. She saved every ass that was assing at Winterfell. All of the asses. That's a leader. Especially here, I don't know how to use this. Bitch, you stick them with the pointy end. Stick them with the pointy end of it. Come on. Come on, bitch. Come on. Like, that was just, her character in the first 2 episodes literally talked all this shit. Instead of having a conversation with the both of them, because you know, you're Lady Stark of Winterfell. I could be like, excuse me, Queen, bro, we need to have a conversation. Okay, so you want me to follow you, right? You want me to believe this is great. What happened out there? Not the PG version. What the fuck happened out there? Explain it to me as to why I needed to, you know, make an effort here because I don't want to make an effort. But no, of course not. You know, you're not talking any sense here. But just like, so I keep watching the episode, thinking of things going off the rip because there's so many good moments in this. I haven't even talked about my favorite moments. I'm just talking about how people was just getting on Dany and Sam because that shit is irritating. Irritating. Jon had a stupid plan. Dany broke formation, which she should have because the plan should have been to use the dragons in the first place to knock these things down. Sam was going to be Sam no matter what. I am very surprised that a lot of people didn't die in this episode, which means they still have targets on their back for the battle with Cersei that's going to happen. Let's see, what else in the episode I liked. I'm trying to hold off on the big thing that I lost my shit on. But what else did I like? I loved seeing Jaime, Brienne, and Pod just like stick together as a little family. You saw mom, you saw dad, you saw the little son just trying to fight. It was just, the fighting in this was really good. Like I said before, I couldn't even have an emotional reaction to Theon dying, to even Beric and Jorah. I didn't have an emotional reaction to any of them dying because I was just so anxious and it was so fast paced and it was so shocking what I was watching. I didn't give the proper chance to mourn them. So let's see, what other moment I want to mention. You know I'm going to talk about it. You know I'm talking about baby girl. You know I'm talking about baby girl. Baby girl did it. All these grown ass men and women running for their lives. You know what this little girl does? She walks right up to the giant that just knocked her ass aside and she literally squares up with the giant. She squares up with the giant. I know she's going to die, but that's not the point. She took the giant out with her. I wonder what her song is going to be, because she earned a song. That actress is great. I mean, she did such a great job in that role, little Bella Ramsey. She did such a great job. But what kind of songs are they going to sing for Lyanna Mormont? You know what I'm saying? The Giant Killer, Lyanna Mormont. She deserves a song. Okay? She deserves a song. Yeah, she does. She earned all of that. It was such a great moment. And it was a test to her character as well. She was the same hard-ass person from the beginning we met her to the very end. Always. Like, I like the character consistencies in this episode. You didn't see her get scared and run off. She didn't do that. As much as I bitched about Sansa, that's a character consistency as well for her. She talks a good game, but when it comes down to the get down, she's never gotten down before, so she's in the back like, bitch, what's happening? Bitch, but bitch, go get it. And other people got it for her. So I can't be mad at her character, but I just hate the fact that she was so mouthy You know what I'm saying? She was so mouthy. And when it came to it, she was scared of shit. She had the only weapon. She didn't save nobody. She didn't save nobody. You know what I'm saying? Varys saved all the people. Varys had all the kids and the people in the corner like, shh. Shh, shh. And they were sitting there silently, quietly, shingly. So I'm like, it was well done. It was well done. And you knew the Crypts was going to come alive. You knew the Crypts was. You know the rule. When they mention it more than once, at least not even more than once, if they mention it 3 times, you know it's a done deal. Once I heard it in episode 2, oh, the Crypts are going to be the safest place. Okay. That's right. It should be the safest, Greg. You know, it should be the safest place. Absolutely. Oh my gosh, you should be down in the Crypts because it's the safest. Okay. I heard you the first time. Because you know the Crypts are the safest. That's 3. When I said it again, I was like, ooh, that's 4. So what you're trying to tell me is, ooh, 5? Oh, the Crypts is not the safest. Okay, I got it. I got you, fam. All right, I got you, fam. Cool. Cool beans. I got you. You know what I'm saying? I got you, fam. I understood. And then Melisandre coming out of left field. Not really out of left field. Well, I don't know how the direction. But hold on for a second. Let's just pause for, look at this. If you can, I don't even know if you can see that. But look at this shit. It's dark as hell over here. Whew. But yeah. Oh yeah, this was also a good part. The damn dragon battle. I had to watch it again in brighter lights because I couldn't see. I couldn't distinguish between the dragons, which is hilarious. It was just like Transformers for me. I couldn't see a damn thing. I was like, well, which one is that? What? What am I looking at? Who fell? Who fell? Who fell? I don't... That's literally how it was. I didn't understand what I was looking at. I couldn't see. And that's a testament to how the direction of the show, not the show, the direction of this episode was going. They wanted you to feel like you were in this shit, and not being able to see, I just felt real claustrophobic. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't see what was going on. I couldn't understand what was going on. I'm looking at the screen. I'm like, there are people everywhere. What the hell is happening? And I was just afraid that one of the characters that I love would die. And every time you saw a glimpse of somebody, he's like, oh my gosh, are they okay? Are they? Well, who is that? Was that? Are they fine? I don't know who that is. And it was just like a lot of questions that were going through my mind that I couldn't even say because I was sitting there like, this is the most that I could do with. Okay. Yeah, it was just, oh my gosh, all the people. This has to be one of my favorite episodes. It was just like the sheer battle. Oh, it's so good. Let's see. What's another favorite moment of mine? The Hound, Beric Dondarrion, and Arya. Man. Arya is a smart cookie. What I'm thinking she did. I'm going to jump forward, then jump back into that topic again. So this is a jump forward. I honestly think that she took a face and managed to slow walk her ass all the way up near the Night King and then make a break for it. That's what I think happened. I think she got as close as possible, you know, just try to blend in, and then she took off that face and then she ran straight ahead and jumped into his arms. And I think that around this time is when she got the face. When she was fighting and Davos was watching her. And then, of course, the Hound being the Hound. Hound don't fuck with fire. Once again, staying true to his character. Hound don't play with fire. He don't do that. So when you saw how shook he was because there was fire everywhere, and that's the only thing that can beat the whites, he had his little ass in the corner, and Beric was like, dude, what are you doing? And he was like, man, I can't right now. I'm shooketh to my core. And he was like, dude, you shooketh. Do you not see your girl over there? And I think the Hound thinks of Arya as his daughter. That's what I think. So when he saw her out there fighting, even though she was sliding down the fucking roof, which she was, he saw her fighting and he was like, ah, shit, I gotta go get her. And I'm glad that he is connected and bonded with her. And it's so strong that he said, fuck the fire to go get his girl. He had to go save the little girl. He had to go get her. Like, we ain't got time for this. You gotta go save her. And the scene with Arya in the library, girl, I couldn't stand that scene. Not like it's a horrible scene, like, oh no. I couldn't stand that scene because my nerves is bad, y'all. My nerves is bad. I can't deal with that. That shit, thinking about it, give me bubble guts. Like, I don't like stealthing in video games. That type of shit. I don't like that. I don't like that. That's why I had trouble right now with the Bioshock Infinite DLC. Like, I don't want to sneaky. I don't want to sneaky. I want to shooty. I don't like that. I don't remember what I was talking about. No memories of what I was talking about. Oh, I was talking about Arya fucking with the Hound. She wasn't really fucking with the Hound, but it rhymed. All right, let me back it up. Okay. So let's see, because I think that's where Arya took the face. I'm gonna go back to that. My hair is like, my hair could never do what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? I just like, what shape is this? What shape? What shape? Why shape? All right though. But yeah, the fucking her inside of that I don't like that. I don't like that whole library scene because it had me tense, and I was already tense from just like the regular battle shenanigans. I didn't need to be tense from a horror movie scary battle shenanigans. But I mean, girl is quiet, girl is stealthy. Because I was sitting here like, we didn't hear her make a damn sound. And I was wondering if she was that quiet while they were filming, or if she was as quiet as she could be and they took her sound out. I was wondering if that was a thing as well. But the way she got around there and got out of the library just to run into the Hound and Barrack again, and he threw his sword. I knew it was a done deal once he threw that sword. You should never let go of your sword, especially your flaming sword in battle. And that's when we had the sacrifice of Barrack Dondarrion. I mean, he did what he was supposed to do, which is strange. If you think about the prophecy that people were flipping out about, it still kind of fits within it. Barrack Dondarrion was made to, he was alive to protect, if you're going with the book theory. Now I'm a firm believer that the book and the show are going in two separate directions. And there are things that can intermingle, which is fine and all. But the book is going to have a completely different ending because there are more characters, there are more people. My face is all shiny. There's more characters, there's more people, there's more going on in the book than there ever was in the show. Because there's no way they could possibly put in all the characters. Because in the book, I still think some of the characters that are dead, I'm not talking about Lady Stoneheart, but some of the characters that were killed in the show are actually still alive in the book. And some of the characters that were left alive in the show, their fate is unknown in the books. Oh wait, don't go off. Is my alarm going off? Don't do that. Until my alarm click on. So I think Barrack Dondarrion was kept alive to protect the person who was going to kill the Night King. And what did he do? He protected Arya. And Melisandre said it. His job is done, you know? He completed his goal. His job is done. He's gone for good. And then when she had that conversation with Arya, I was sitting there like, bitch, I didn't even think about it. Because everyone knows she said it in season 3. When she first ran into Arya, she's like, I see the eyes, all types of eyes, different color eyes, brown eyes, green eyes, blue eyes you'll shut forever. I'm not sure if she shut the green eyes. I theorized, I'm going to say guess, because I can't think of the right word. I guess that the green eyes would be Cersei. The brown eyes were definitely Walder Frey. I would call him Walder Frey. And we just found out that the freaking blue eyes were the Night King. I thought the blue eyes were the number of whites that she had to kill that night. I didn't think it would have been the Night King himself, but makes sense. They put this shit in there from the very beginning. From the very beginning. It's just that, you know, when you look back in hindsight, all the pieces fit together. All the pieces fit together. The prince or princess who is promised. Like, all the pieces fit together. And pretty much, I think Jon is still the, I hate to call him the Azor Ahai because we don't know that term in the show. But I still think he is the prince who is promised because the prince who is promised brings the dawn. They made it to the next morning. They made it to the next morning. And there's something going around that, which I probably will look at in this video. I might have to chop it up a little bit. But that they said in the courtyard when John was fighting or like trying to dodge the dead dragon Viserion, the double dead Viserion, because he died again and he brought him back, the double dead Viserion, that he had seen Arya run into the Godswood, because that's where Viserion was. He was blocking the entrance to the Godswood. And so people are saying like, oh, well, he looked up and he saw somebody and he stood up and he screamed to attract the attention so that Arya could run. And I was like, you know, let me investigate that situation. And that's immediately what I thought. Like, I didn't hear anything about that. So I'm definitely, let me see if I can find that scene. Yep, get the epic stare down. Okay, so he sees that. He's looking. He looks over again. I don't see him recognizing or noticing anybody or even like making a glance at something. Thought he was going forward. His eyes were closed then. He wasn't looking at anything. Theon almost had him. Like, you shouldn't have ran at him, though. Man, and Jorah. We're going to talk about Jorah in a moment. Dany putting in her little bitty baby work. Doing more than Sansa ever did. But once again, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Things and such. Alright, let me see. Okay, he looks up. He is looking. Okay, go back to John. I don't want to skip around because there's no like 10-second skip button. Go back to John. I don't see anything in the back either because it's so dark. I'm just literally waiting for John at this point. Just so I can see. See, he looks down like she's already there. Then he looks back up. That makes him aware of something behind him. I'm looking behind. I don't see anything. I don't know. I think he was just fed up. And he was just tired of the bullshit at that point. I don't know. And that's the win from Arya running through because she's so silent. Baby girl for the win! Look at that shit. Beautiful. Yes! For the win. I swear. For the win, bitch. For the win. For the win! Yeah, but I didn't see him looking at anything. I thought I did at first, but I think it was just him being frustrated that he couldn't move past that point. But yeah. So I don't think that's a thing. I do still think she took a face. I still think she took a face, snuck up on that bitch, and then was like, go. Double go. But yeah, she's definitely quiet enough to sneak around them. What was I going to talk about? Yeah, Jorah. Oh, sweet Jorah. Oh, he died doing what he... Oh. Look at that. Look at that shit right there. Look at that shit. Look at that shit, y'all. Jesus. See, he ain't know what's going on. He ain't know what's happening. I'm telling you right now, Arya has earned all types of Gendry dick. Look at them, just standing against the wall. Like this, there's so many things that people missed towards the end, and I can't even lie, I missed it as well. We were just so exhilarated at what just happened. Like, I don't even remember any of this happening. I remember, like, holy fucking shit, but I don't remember any of this happening. But it went through who was alive, and there's a lot of people still alive. And it's just like, even here, when he handed her the knife a long time ago, in this exact same spot, he said, it's wasted on a cripple. Because he can't get up to move to do anything. Oh, Jorah. Yeah, this shit was sad. Oh, He died doing what he promised he always would do, which was protect the Khaleesi. My gosh, it was so good. Like this, I didn't even get a chance to mourn properly because I was in such shock. But my, Jorah. And even in like the interview, like to me, I felt like people were like, oh, her eyebrows do funny things, and so I don't think it's sad. Even in real life, they become really close friends. They've been together since season 1. You know what I mean? I think, did she get married in episode 1? I think she got married in episode 1. Season 1, episode 1. That was it. That was it. Yeah. It was so good. It was just so good. But he got a great send-off. Theon got the send-off he deserved as well. He died a good, noble death after fucking up the first time. I was so pissed. I'm still a little mad at him for doing that. If he hadn't have betrayed Robb, they would not have been in the situation they were in. They would not have needed to split their forces. They would not have needed to talk to Frey to cross the bridge. They wouldn't have needed to done any of this. And damn Theon, fucking ruiner. It's a fucking ruiner. This video is about to be long, but there were so many moments in this episode that I liked. There's so many themes that I liked. I liked seeing all of the good guys in one place fighting, fighting for their lives. I liked seeing the Night King finally being defeated after 70 episodes, after nearly 10 years of bullshittery. He is dead. He came from the tippy top of the north all the way down to Winterfell. He almost made it to the neck. He was halfway through the country before he was stopped. To me, it's a perfect ending, and I'm glad that the last 3 episodes are going to be dedicated towards the Cersei part. And the person who directed this episode is also directing episode 5. So I think 4 is going to be the calm before the storm again. 5 is going to be the battle, the takedown to King's Landing, and 6 is going to be the wrap up. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not mad at it. I really thoroughly enjoyed this episode, and I have been watching it continuously since then. This actually makes me want to watch Hard Home again. This makes me want to watch the Loot Train, season 7, episode 4 again. Like, this battle was so good. It was so good. It was so good. And it still leaves me excited for the books, because this is not going to be the same ending in the books. It's not. There are a lot of things there are a lot of people that are still alive that make some of these obsolete houses not so obsolete. So, alright guys, that's my long ass synopsis of my favorite moments, which was all of episode 3 of episode 3. And I will catch you guys, especially you Game of Thrones fans. Hopefully you guys will subscribe to my channel. I really do love Game of Thrones. And I probably will be doing a book review whenever he finishes those fucking books. Whatever. Alright guys, thanks for hanging with me, and hopefully I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!